How's it going, YouTube? This is your boy T Time back with another review video. I have a special guest, man. Actually, my first guest on my channel. Would you like to introduce yourself, my boy?
It's the real Double O, the real famous Josh, man.
Yo, so we both have recently just seen the movie Jujutsu Kaisen. As you can see from the picture in the back right here, this is actually how Jujutsu Kaisen actually starts. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Before we get into everything, is there anything you want to shout out for, like anything you're doing, my boy, that you got any working on?
Yeah, man. Everybody go follow my TikTok at SSOX official. You feel me? We're gonna drop some real good WWE content on there real soon. Real good anime content, and go follow that. I follow back too, man.
It will be in the description below, along with my Twitter, along with his TikTok that he just mentioned. Also, I will be adding his Instagram and my reaction pages on at the description down below. Also, my main page too. So, before we get into this, this is a spoil channel. We talk about the movie from beginning to end. I'm just letting you know. So, if you have not seen the movie, don't watch this video. If you have, you just want our opinion on the movie, cool. Thank you for coming. So, how it basically starts from our remembrance, it starts off with the main character who is him right here. Let me tell y'all, this man is a demon. He is a demon, a good ass demon. I didn't believe that at first. My boy had to tell me, and I didn't believe him. After seeing the movie, he is a demon.
For sure.
His name is Yuta. Starts off with him in school. You know, he's getting bullied and everything, basically, right? But what the bullies don't know is this man literally has a demon watching his back, basically protecting him. Also, for people that don't know, the movie and they have an anime also and a manga. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime. But this is, once again, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. This is how basically everything started before that one. The prequel, basically. So basically, the whole thing is basically about people fighting curses, demons, basically, with their own demons and curses, basically. So that's basically what the whole thing is basically about. To sum it all up for people who don't watch anime and watching this. So basically, his demon basically did he kill the bullies or he just messed them up real bad?
No, he stuffed them all in a locker, and they were all in critical damage, like they were on life support basically. They weren't dead, but they were pretty much vegetables.
Right. So the people at Jujutsu Kaisen found out, brought him in, put him in like a some kind of like cursed seal cell by himself, and the guy named Gojo. For people who don't know what it is, but if you don't know, then you don't know. If you do, then you do. So another character named Gojo talked to the higher ups. He was like, it'll be a waste to just kill this guy off, man. Bring him to the school. Let me train him, basically. They didn't like that, but they went along with it anyway. So he went to go talk to the boy. He was like, come to the school. Let me help you learn how to control this power, even like get rid of it. He didn't want to do it at first, but he was like, okay, but you're going to be lonely for the rest of your life if you don't do it. Main character didn't like that, Yuta, so he agreed to come to the school. Comes to the school, he meets 3 other students. I think there's a female with glasses named Zen, if I'm saying her name right. There's a boy with white hair named Toga, and a stuffed animal panda. Literally a stuffed animal panda, but he cold. He throw them bitches too.
No. He's a cursed carcass. That's what he is. He's a dead panda's body that someone put a curse in and brought it back to life. So it's a zombie panda in a sense.
Basically. So, Gojo, he talks to the other students. He's telling me they got like a new classmate coming in, everything, right? So at first they was like, whatever. Moment the man opens the door, it was a wrap. Like, they was like, what the fuck is going on? Why does he fucking feel this way? Why does he... Like, they can actually feel his evil presence, like the demon that he got with him, basically on him, and they was like, "This is a test. Are you trying to like test us?" They're like, "No, he's really basically your student." So before it goes further, it goes to like a flashback of Yuta, the main character, with this little girl named Riku, basically. Mind you, Riku is basically his demon that's watching his back. Crazy. So when they was young, they made a promise that when they get older, they gonna get married, type shit, right? Bam, she gets hit with a car instantly right after that. And when that happens, like the thing in the picture y'all see in the background is basically like her monster hands grabbing him, talking about something like Yuta, and then it goes back to the present. That's gonna be explained later in the movie. So once the classmates all get together and start like talking to each other, Gojo, their sensei, said, "All right, split you in two groups. Uh, Toga and Panda, y'all gonna handle this mission. Zen, which is a female I told y'all about, and Yuta, y'all gonna handle the school mission." So they go to the school mission. They show that. Basically, Gojo's telling them like, yeah, some kids was kidnapped by some demons, and you guys gotta exercise it basically. So bam, gets right into it. Zen doing all the fighting because Yuta, he's new to this, he's scared, he don't know what's going on basically, but he also don't want to let Rita out because he don't know Riku is going to end up attacking Zen too. So she's doing the fighting, and next you know they get swallowed. Big ass demon swallowed, all that stuff. So they inside the belly, and they find the kids inside the belly too. They basically dying because they don't have cursed energy. Cursed energy is basically like the stuff that the good guys are using to fight the evil curses. It's like from what has explained, everybody have their own type of cursed energy basically. Think of it like Naruto. Everybody has chakra, but only some people know how to like unlock it and use it basically. Like if you watch the show, it's basically kind of just like Naruto in like its own way. So Yuta's still scared shitless, but he's scared as fuck. But Zen grabs her. She's like, "What? What are you here for? What are you trying to accomplish? Why'd you come to school?" He told her like, "I want to make friends. I want to be useful. I want to be helpful." And then she was like, "Then basically fight, nigga, fight. If you do all this, you will get the friends and everything that you want." He's like, "Fucking snap." Puts the ring on his finger, and he's like, "Riku, help me out." She comes out, defeats the monster like with zero problems at all, and he was able to save everybody. So after that happens, they have basically like a training montage, teaching him how to like use the sword that he got right there because Gojo, his sensei, says like, "Letting her out, that's cool and everything, but you need to learn how to control the cursed energy that you now possess. So use this katana to like put your cursed energy into that katana to use it. That way you'll be able to like master it and be able to control Riku a little bit." So he trains with Zen, Panda, and Toga. They're training and everything. And in the midst of them training, Sensei Gojo, he goes talks to the higher ups. I'm gonna let my boy explain that part because he knew it better than I do.
Alright, so boom. So Gojo goes into the higher ups because when Riku came out at the school, she was almost out of control. So basically, they were like, "Well, why did you let him let her out?" And then Gojo was basically like, "No, it was under a veil. It was cool. We had people watching. It was cool. No biggie. Like, I was right there. If something would have happened, I would have handled it myself." And they like, "No, that wasn't a part of our agreement. Like, if it happened again, we're going to kill him because he was already scheduled to be executed in the first place." But Gojo was like, "Nah, let me take him to the school. He won't get killed." So now they're telling him like, "Look, if you don't get this under control, we're going to kill him faster than we said he was." Now, after they get into a vote and basically agree that they're going to get Gojo a second chance, before Gojo gets a chance to leave, they're like, "Look, even if you get him to control these powers, we still have him scheduled to be executed." And Gojo puts his foot down and basically tells them like, "Look, if y'all are going to still try to kill him after he controls this power, y'all going to have to deal with me." Now, the thing with Gojo is he's one of the strongest Jujutsu sorcerers in the world right now. So picking a fight with him is not something they really want to do if it's not absolutely necessary. So they like, "All right, you know what, we're gonna put it off for a minute, but we're gonna put a pin in that because they're gonna have to revisit that soon now that he's being introduced into the story."
Exactly. So after that happens, Gojo goes to the students, and he basically the same thing he did with Zen and Yuta. He tells Toga like, "Yeah, Toga, you and Yuta gonna go on a separate mission by yourselves because I want you, Yuta, to observe Toga about how he uses his powers so he can help you use your powers and everything." So Toga, let me tell you about Toga. That nigga cold too. Like his powers, he anything that he says out his mouth is gonna happen to like the other person. So basically, if I tell you like drop dead, you're gonna drop dead, or explode, you're gonna explode. But it has like a certain limit. He can't keep doing it because like it'll mess up his throat. But he also doesn't control it that well, so he can't just talk to his friend and be like, "What's up?" Go jump off a cliff because they're gonna end up doing it. So he has to talk like in like
Rice bowl ingredients.
yeah, like flakes, salmon, all that. I think salmon means yes or good because he says salmon a lot when something good happens, basically. So basically, they go to the mission, they do the mission, and they ran into trouble because like a higher curse demon came, and Yuta had to help Toga beat him, and they ended up beating him. But what they didn't know was that there was somebody else watching them when that happened, and it was actually like the main villain in the movie. I think he's probably the main villain in the TV show too, manga, but I haven't read it, so I'm not that far with it. So after the main villain after the main villain finds out about Yuta, he finds that he's like a special cursed person. Like he wants to take his powers and make it his own. His name is Gito or Gato, basically. This guy basically used to be Gojo's best friend that we found out later on in the movie, and that man's power is crazy. His power is crazy too. But basically, he goes back to his hideout, talks to all his people, like, we finna go over here, see about convincing you to join us, and if not, we gonna just declare a war. They was probably gonna declare a war anyway, but he wanted to get Yuta on their side to use his power. They go to the school, bam, get there, talk to Yuta, tell them what their plan is. Yuta's like, no. Then all the higher teachers and everything, they come through like, yeah, why you here? We gonna end up arresting y'all, killing y'all, all the above. And they was like, no, you not, because we got your students right here. The main villain, Gito, he was like, you guys are in my range of fight. You attack me, I kill them. And they wasn't ready to fight because it was too many of them. So they let them go, declaring war on the school and basically like what the whole city.
Humanity.
They started war.
Gito feels like anybody who hasn't unlocked their curse energy or know how to use curse energy is beneath him, lesser. He refers to them as monkeys. It's a type of anime racism. So, like, if you're not a Jujutsu sorcerer in any some shape, form, or fashion, or a curse, he deems you less than him. Like, he has a god complex. So, he was saying, like, to the school members, he was like, if y'all don't get down with me and do what I'm trying to do, y'all gonna die too, because I'm finna go exterminate all of the regular humans all over the world right now. You feel me?
So the war starts. Everybody's in like, was it Tokyo or Kyoto?
Both.
So they was in both cities basically. Yeah. Everybody was there, but three people, Gito, Yuta, and Zen. Now, you're probably wondering how come Zen was there. She's a strong fighter. Here's the secret. She doesn't have cursed energy at all. The only way she can see the curse is these special glasses that she has. But she's still a strong fighter. But she would kind of be more like a liability. To them, she's more like a liability than an asset. But if you ever end up starting watching the show or reading the manga or even go see this movie, you know that she's not. So her and Yuta have like a little bonding moment type shit basically. But then what they don't know is that Gito is on his way to the school to kill Yuta and take Riku from him. But Zen, she shows up in front of him first. She fights him. She loses. But right after she loses, Toga and Panda show up because Gojo found out what Gito was trying to do. He sends them to the school. So they get there, have a big fight scene. They end up losing. And right when they end up losing, that's when Yuta shows up. And this is one of those my friends or my power type Naruto type shit, because he sees them, goes berserk, goes crazy. They have like a big old fight. And during that fight, Yuta finally gave his all to Riku. He told her, he was like, I want to defeat this guy. Let me use basically all your power to beat this guy. I'll give you my soul, my body, everything, because I love you, basically. So, he tells her that, unlocks her full power, and basically damn near almost kills this guy. Damn near. But he doesn't kill him all the way, because he escapes and runs into Gojo again. Now, that part, I kind of knew that was going to happen, because if you watch the anime, Gojo is still there. He's still alive. I mean, not Gojo, Gito. He's still there. So, what happens after that? I'll let Rose explain after that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, basically, after the fight happens, there's a small conversation between Gito and Gojo, basically explaining like, I never stop trying to hunt for this power. Like, I never stop trying to be powerful. And then he's just like, I don't understand why you like this. Like, we used to be so close. And then it kind of like breaks off into a separate scene. Now, from this point, after he used all the power of Riku to basically defeat Gito, she begins her passage to the afterlife. Because to explain her power, simply put, he was so powerful as a young child. His misery and grief created a curse upon her. So when she got ran over in the street in front of him, he cursed her on accident just by grieving for her, because that's how strong his natural curse energy was. So the curse that he placed on her is that we will be together forever, because that was the last promise they made right before she died. So in turn, that created the demon that you see on the screen, and that is what her soul became imbued to, that strong, powerful demon. And her power was as strong as her love for him, and his power was as strong as his love for her. So once they used all of that power, there was nothing left for her soul to grip onto, because she used it all to defeat Gito. So she's beginning her passing to the afterlife, and he's like, well, I promised it would be us together. And she's like, no, don't join me too soon. I know that you love me now, so I'm going to go to this afterlife, and you continue to get stronger. And when it's your actual time to come be with me, we still be together forever. I will always love you. And that's the confirmation he needs, that he has a purpose to live now, and that he has a motive and a mission, somebody to be proud of him, because his whole life he was sick in the hospital. Like, that's why they became friends. That they were both sick children in the hospital, and they played together at the playground. So it's like his whole life he's only looked for friends and love and affection because he was just an abandoned child at the hospital, So when he met her and became friends with her and ended up falling in love with her, this was all he knew at the time. Now he went to Jujutsu Kaisen school, and he met the 3 other students and just seen them get beat to a pulp. So now everything he's loved is just falling in front of him, and he just don't know what to do. So now that she has basically gave her the blessing for him to live, now he feel like he has a purpose. And that goes into what Gojo's purpose is for him, because Gojo finds out that he's related to him. This is like a distant cousin, and they're a
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're a royal sorcery family, so like their natural curse energy is impeccable. So he tells Yuta to go train with someone that they just fought against in the war, and learn about how to dispel curse energy. Because while Gojo was fighting, the person that they sent to stall Gojo so Gito could do what he had to do was an African that used the curse whip. This whip disrupts curse energy. So basically, if you use curse powers or curse energy powers, and he hits that whip, cracks the whip at you, or hits you with it, he can disrupt whatever the power is that you have. So in order to learn how to understand that, Gojo sent him over there to learn how to use this type of power, because you mix that with his ability to create curses, and you got a super soldier, because now he know how to create curses and dispel curses. So Gojo is trying to create perfect sorcerers, because he know Gito's coming back, because Gito already told him, I'm not done. This is not over. Because Gito's power is to absorb curses. Any curse that's in front of him, as long as he defeats its creator, he can absorb it. Any level, from special grade all the way to the lowest rank. So he understands that the only way to beat that is being able to dispel curse energy. So if he gets his students to learn how to dispel curse energy, they could beat Gito, because that's really their only threat right now. That's the only threat we've met so far in the manga and the movie.
Right, I feel like Gojo finna regret that though, because I feel like they are gonna end up sealing him away, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Gojo should have just killed him right then, but like that's that best friend shit, man. He didn't want to kill his best friend when he had the chance.
The empathetic anime character for sure. That's definitely what he's gonna fall under, because if you've watched season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, they were literally on the beach planning to seal Gojo then. So we already know now in the prequel that they have the ability to do this because of this prequel movie. So now when the new season comes out, I think probably in the first 6 episodes, Gojo is probably going to be sealed away. And that's what's going to bring Yuta to the front, because in the first season, we had no idea who this is. Like, so the only way to really introduce him to come back from his training in Africa is to save Gojo, because what else would bring him back? Because the training is not going to be complete, because this only happened probably a year ago. Because the friends that he made were freshmen. In season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, they're second years. So we can all say that he's only been gone for a year. The only way that he mastered his training that fast would be if he was like, just rushing through the motions, but he's not. And we know that Yuta's not aggressive, so the only way to bring him back is if something happens to Gojo, because Gojo is the last person that, you know what I'm saying, that really cared for him as a fatherly figure / mentor. So he's gonna come back for Gojo, like no matter what, and that's how they gonna bring him back to the forefront of the story, I believe. And he's gonna play like kind of like a when Sasuke came back to the war and he had the Hokages reanimated with him, and he announced that he wanted to be Hokage. And everybody was like, "What, man? Who are you? Like, what? How,
bro?
You know what I'm saying? What
Imagine him and Yuji teaming up, bro. That's
gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be crazy.
But I feel like their ideals are gonna be different because Yuji feel like he follows one set of morals and then Yuta follows one set of morals. So I feel like they gonna end up clashing just like him and Bro with the Shadows clash.
That's still gonna be cold though.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold for sure.
Hey, Yuta gonna fuck him up. I think Yuta gonna fuck up Yuji.
No, Yuji got main character armor.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta take the main character armor, bro. Because main character armor in shows like this is impeccable. Like if you really think about it, he's struggled every fight we've seen. Struggled. He ain't had no easy breezes.
I mean, he did die.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you feel me? Every fight we had, we seen him scraping, and he's been struggling. You feel me? Naruto had a couple easy fights,
right?
But we ain't seen nothing from bro. He's been struggling every fight. He need help with something. Something got to happen. The demon got to come out. Something got to happen for him to win. So it's like, you know, if he fights somebody who can create curses like our bro right here, you feel me? It's gonna cancel out at some point.
But that's basically the whole movie, y'all. Like, I mean, it's like, that was a lot to explain, but if you watched the movie or you just found it interesting, that was pretty good. So let's break down the pros and cons of the movie. Pros, I love the music. The music of that movie was really good to me. The story was really good to me. Characters, even though most of the characters I already knew, but just learning about Yuta, like, having like a new person in a, movie like this that ties to like the TV show when it's not the main character but somebody new and you could actually like just connect with them just like that. I like that right there. The villains, I like it. I did not know that much about Gito from the anime, so I'm glad they made this movie because now I learned a little bit more about him. I learned that he used to be in the school with Gojo, his best friend type shit, like that's like some Naruto Sasuke type shit. What I didn't like about the movie, I felt like some stuff was kind of rushed. Like, they did have like a little training thing with Yuta and Zen, and they say he's been training them for 3 months, cool. But when he started fighting Gito, like, I ain't gonna lie, 3 months of training is not gonna have you doing that type of combat against a nigga that's been, like, doing that shit for years, bro. Like, I ain't like that, bro. But the fight was cold, but I didn't really like that.
I feel like that was more just like his, like, inner potential coming out. Like his natural bloodline powers was just like, you know how like some people just have natural fighting instinct.
But that's his powers, the fighting style, combat. Nigga, you throw it down like that over 3 months of training against a nigga that's been doing it for like years.
That's what they call that in anime, latent potential. Once he seen his friends dying, something in him snapped.
So basically, he pulled a damn Naruto with Haku type shit.
You know. Now, you feel me? Once you see somebody get hurt, you snap. That unlocks something in him, and your natural abilities kick in. It's like what we would consider adrenaline. When you get a lot of adrenaline, you can do stuff that you can't do normally.
I guess. Well, what's your pros and cons, bro?
Pros. The writing was incredible. How they wrote this was incredible. The only thing that I say that I didn't like writing wise, it was a little wordy. People were, it was certain conversations that I felt like could have been shortened over, like them trying to drag it out to set the scene for what it was. Because pretty much the music in the background set the mood for the scene. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't have to add so much emotional stuff to make us feel bad for him and all that. Like, we already feel bad for him. We've been watching this man get bullied since the beginning of the movie. You know, and then my second con is the fights in the war were rushed. Now, I get that the war was a decoy for Gito to go to the school and, you know, try to kidnap Riku, but it was some characters that we met in the first season that fight scene was only like 15 seconds. But in the first season, he was going crazy. There's a guy with glasses. He has double blades. He was teaching the main character in the first season, right? His fight in the war was all of 15 seconds. And it's like, we know who this is, and we know that he's cold. Give us some more of that. Gojo's fight with the African character with the whip was rushed. It was probably 2 minutes worth of screen time, probably 3 minutes maybe, and more conversation than anything. And it's like, hold on, we know Gojo's
fight. His fight was short. Like
that was the short. Principal was out there fighting, and we only seen him punch demons to obliteration. We didn't really see what his sorcery is like, what his curse energy is like. I felt like if for that to be a decoy, they wrote it as a decoy. Because we didn't really get too much out of that, but a couple little bits and pieces of information, a couple little cameos, and we was like, oh, that's you-know-who, and it was like, okay, yay. But I feel like the fights in that part could have been longer if they would have shortened all of that empathetic stuff earlier. Them fights could have been longer. Because they had one little blur where Gojo hit him with a 15 hit combination real quick.
I was like, dang. He was trying to get his ass up out of there. Gojo like, man, I ain't got no time to play. Do.
And then Gojo just popped up at the school. We didn't even see how the fight ended. And then the next time we see Buddy that he was fighting, it's in the post-credit scene.
Nigga drinking coffee and shit. Like, ain't nothing happened.
Teaching Yuta how to dispel cursed energy. Like, come on, bro. We don't even know how that fight ended. You telling me Gojo just walked off? And you just let him walk off, and your whole job was to stall him. So after the timer went off, you was just like, all right, I'm done, bro. We don't know what happened.
So after everything we just talked about, bro, what rating would you give the movie?
Out of 10?
Yep, out of 10.
8.5.
Yeah?
Solid 8.5.
I'll give it a solid 8. I'll give it a solid 8.
I will say, out of all of the anime movies we got recently, this was probably the best. And I'm including Mugen Train, the Attack on Titan movies, the My Hero movies, all of those.
Oh, no. Like, if you're going to compare this movie, it's just got to be with Mugen Train. Like, honestly, because, like, me, it's definitely better than the My Hero movies that just came out. Like, that's just me. At first, I didn't think it was going to be better than Mugen Train. But after watching it and, like, seeing how everything was done, it's like, yeah. Because the only reason I felt like it was going to be better than Mugen Train, because, like, Mugen Train is, like, when it went, like, Mugen Train was in the TV show, and it continued the show, basically.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, this was, like, the prequel, so it didn't continue nothing. They were just, like, going to the past, explaining what happened. Yeah. So I wasn't like, okay, it's a backstory, but what's going to happen after this? We already know what's going to happen after this, basically. With Mugen Train, we didn't know what was going to happen after this until season 2 dropped. So that's what got me more hyped. And plus, I connected with Rengoku. If you haven't seen the Demon Slayer Mugen Train, go see that. Sure. They also have it. They also made it into like TV series too, going with the second season. Season 2, yeah.
So I think the only movie that we've got that was better than this one was the Broly movie.
Yeah.
That's the only one I think was better.
I don't know, bro. Like it wasn't like no real story with it. It was just they find out Broly's alive. They bring him down there. Nothing but a big ass fight scene like the last 30 minutes,
but
bro.
For us, you got to think about like for people our age that watched that original Broly movie, it was trash in reality.
What about the second Broly? That one, I think that one was better than the first one.
When he was like reborn and all of that.
Yeah. I
mean, that was cool. I was rocking with it. Because it was mostly about Gohan. I was rocking with it. But this one, the one that we got, it came. So timeline wise, it was right after Resurrection Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
It showed that after he left, he got back on his ship, and then that's how they ran into Broly and all that. You get what I'm saying? And I like the story of how they introduced Broly over him just being pissed at Goku because he cried a lot.
I do like that.
You feel me? So, like, to me, the story didn't have to be long because we know who Broly is. He's the legendary Super Saiyan. There's not much to go into with that. We just need to know how he got to meet Goku. And when they wrote that, how they wrote in this movie, like when Frieza brought him to the Earth to try to get the Dragon Balls, because at the end of the day, we all know Frieza been wanting his get back since Jump.
He still wants
If he found Broly in space and brought Broly to Earth, that introduction of Broly to Goku and Vegeta is even more better because the reason he wants to fight is because his father still wants to be a part of the Frieza Force.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of the Saiyans that were off Earth don't know Vegeta blew the planet up.
That's true.
Not off Earth. I'm sorry, off planet Vegeta.
Right.
Didn't know that he blew the planet up. So these dudes, his daddy was still loyal.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And if he's still loyal, Broly will have to fight Goku and Vegeta. That makes the storyline that much better because we know his purpose now. We know why he fought so hard. And then Frieza ended up killing his daddy and tried to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
Introduced the legendary Super Saiyan because who died that showed us the first Super Saiyan? Krillin got killed. We introduced the first Super Saiyan. You kill his daddy, you introduce the only legendary Super Saiyan.
Well, we getting off topic. We over here talking about a whole nother movie. It's gonna be a whole lot longer. But I appreciate you guys that clicks on the video to watch it. Thank you for the thumbs up, even for the thumbs down that didn't like it, man. Go in the comments, let me know what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about it. Tell me, let me know how I can make my videos better. I want all feedback. How's it going, guys? So apparently my computer had died in the middle of the recording, but we was basically at the end of the video, so I just wanted to say thank you guys for viewing my video once again. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, disliking. Just thank you for giving me your support. Tell me everything you liked about my video. Tell me everything you didn't like about my video, and just keep supporting me while I make these videos for movies. I soon plan to do a reaction video to, not a reaction, but a review of the Halo series that just came out. So look forward to that. Also, I'm going to drop the links to Double O's, Josh's TikTok, dropping links to his Instagram, my 2 Instagrams, and also my Twitter. Once again, thank you so much. Love you guys. Be safe.